apes and chimps? No, this line of thinking provides no clear, conclusive empirical evidence, per se, that humans and apes share a common ancestor. It's only going by the original premise of circular assumptions. All that it really does is suggest that a past human may have undergone this genetic change. In order for this fusion event to demonstrate common ancestry with the chimpanzee, there would have to be some link, some real solid link between the fusion event and the great apes. But no such clear link exists. The fused-looking chromosome is specific to humans, so it does not directly connect with the great apes. Therefore, it cannot be empirical proof for a common link between, quote, Homo sapiens and the great apes. The only genetic, quote, link, which is no link at all, between humans and the apes is our close DNA sequence similarity. But this similarity is completely expected given the similar body structure, physiology, and biochemistry that we share with our primate friends. So that's a straw man. In reality, DNA sequence similarity is just as much evidence for common design as it is for Darwinian macroevolution theory. In actuality, neither viewpoint is proven by the matter of similarity, necessarily. Atheists have asked why God would purposely create a human chromosome that, quote, looks like the fusion of two chromosomes. But they overlook and never ask the question of why do humans and chimps, quote, look vastly different in many different and important ways. Again, playing up the supposed similarities, real or imagined, and neurotically minimizing the horrendous chasm and appalling differences, both mental abilities as well as physical and as well as the deep molecular genetic differences. The older notion that mutations are the basis for speciation. This belief was shown to be overly simplistic decades ago when papers appeared describing chromosomal variations which were not eliminated by selection. One intriguing example is a single species of rodent, Holoculus brasiliensis, where 26 different karyotypes were identified in the 42 individuals tested. Chromosomal rearrangements have been identified within many ruminant species. There are examples in both goats and sheep where individuals with one or more centric fusions are phenotypically indistinguishable from other animals. One researcher who studied sheep carrying up to 3 different centric fusions concluded, it is now considered that there is little or no evidence to suggest that centric fusions in a variety of combinations affect the total productive fitness of domestic sheep. Duh! So the bottom line is that centric fusions themselves do not inevitably result in a new species. It is conceivable that some apes exist with 46 chromosomes. Yet these animals will be distinctly apes. Lower. Even though Darwinists, drone-tards, believe that humans are a variety of apes, not all Darwinists necessarily have said that. But the chimps, the gorillas, and things like that. There's no evidence that because of this, that they will be evolving, or that they had a common ancestor with humans. They will not be evolving somehow to become human or human-like eventually. If the observed evidence is really from a fusion, it is best explained by the fusion of two human chromosomes. The human genome is very mysterious and much is unknown to make dogmatic statements, which Darwinists have a tendency to do because of their circular paradigms again. The biggest problem with Dr. Miller's story is that it distracts the audience from the real issue. It is not the number of chromosomes that is really a significant difference between humans and apes, but the information contained on those chromosomes that tends to get kind of ignored or sidestepped. According to the evolutionary scenario, our ape-like ancestors underwent major anatomical restructuring to develop upright posture, speech ability, and an astounding increase in cognitive function, all by random chance processes, mutations, somehow neutral or even beneficial mutations, never mind the unworkable time problems for these types of things to happen, worked on by natural selection somehow. That's the neo-Darwinist dogma in religious faith today. Such profound changes were never observed in the history of science. This is just inferred and assumed, never actually proven empirically or observationally. They are inferred because Darwinian evolution theory has an atheistic basis and assumes there is no creator, there is no intelligent and direct designer per se. That's the circular paradigm. Despite the superficial similarities between human and ape chromosomes, there are important differences on the molecular level that no atheist or Darwinist can reasonably explain, though they try to dance around it with this chromosome fusion rant. And also, of course, with this ERE distraction that they've also come up with.